Welcome to Sister Speak, Ask the Sisters. Am I the asshole? I'm Sister J.
I'm Sister K.
I'm Sistah LM.
And I'm Sistah A. And welcome to episode 30. Let's get these questions started.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
It's going to be a good
Welcome, Sister Speak Nation and family. We are back after, I think it's been a couple months since our last one.
It has, yeah.
And since we didn't get any family member questions or follow-ups, come on, y'all. We have several Emma Asshole questions to talk through today. Before we get started, let's talk about what we are lipping, sipping, and swagging with tonight.
Okay, I will begin with my swag. I have my beautiful J, blingy J, thank you, Sister A, and my beautiful t-shirt, because there's going to be a lot of booping tonight. Okay, for my hydration, I have my beautiful Sister Speak Tank Yeti, authentic Yeti, with my name on it. And in here, I have a whole bottle, all fit, of nice ice down A&W root beer.
Ah, lovely.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Oh, it's so good. And for my lips, y'all love this. I started out with my Prep and Chap. And my favorite Prep and Chap is the vanilla mint, our little chapstick. And then I have my NYX powder puff. In Moody.
Okay. See you there.
Nice. Of which you had on the other day.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really, really nice. And you know what? Even though it is matte, though, when you start with the Prep and Chat, it's just perfect.
Isn't it?
Nothing else.
Yep.
And I matched it with a little different today. I have my Avon Glimmer Sticks lip liner in pomegranate. Because it really matched better than the chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's it for me.
All right. So for my swag, I have my rose gold Soul Sister bracelet. Thank you, Sister LM. My permanent swag underneath. And I forgot my necklace today.
Oops.
For my hydration, I have my beautiful Yeti.
Ooh.
This was a gift from my ex-coworker, Amanda.
That's a pretty color.
Last
It is.
Christmas.
Like
It was
eggplant.
last-
Yes.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Except for this big ass drown straw, but I've developed a way to drink out of it so I don't drown. And I have some Sprite with some peach syrup, simple syrup.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never thought of adding that to
I haven't
life.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had pop in a while, so
Hey.
it's extra tasty.
You know it's tasty.
It is. And for my lippy, I went down into my stash and I grabbed my Clinique
Ooh.
Pop Matte. Hold on, let me get it out.
I
Oh, yeah, the little
Beautiful
square one.
Clinique
Yeah.
Pop Matte, and this is in the color of Pow Pop.
Love that
Ooh.
color.
Now I like
I
that.
do
Yes.
too.
I always forget when I don't use my Clinique for a while how nice they are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's so pigmented. You just do swipe, swipe. That's it.
But it even
Nice.
looks creamy, though.
It does.
looks creamy.
Yeah.
and this is the matte one. The matte one.
Wow.
Okay.
But it's not like I didn't put anything on before it. I just put this on, and it's not dry. It does
That's
transfer a
good.
little bit though.
Okay.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
And that is it for moi.
All right. I will hop in for my blings and swags and such. I have on my wine glass necklace. Thank you, Sister A. I have on my Sister Speak production shirt.
Yes. Looking good.
Established 2007.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister K. And then for my, I don't have my bracelet.
You're
Yeah, I didn't
naked.
either. Because I forgot.
Your arm is all naked.
Listen, it is
Yeah.
naked and quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah.
So for those who don't watch our other podcasts, I usually have a slew of bracelets.
8,
and
9,
bling
10.
on.
Yeah.
Like her whole
Yes.
arm is full.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
it's
can't
not the
even
whole
find the right
arm.
one.
Like
Wrist,
first
not
half
the
of your
arm. Like this much, probably.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a lot. You can tell. See, I didn't leave the house today, so
Oh, see,
I
that's
didn't-
why.
Okay.
That's why.
There you go.
That's good, though.
That makes
Why?
sense.
Yes.
Yep, makes sense.
Uh-huh. For my drink, I busted out with my
Wow.
Sister Speak
Y'all should have
Hey.
gave me a heads
Fierce
up.
Shine
Yeah.
with Sister LM on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And I just have some ice cold waters.
Mm.
Nice.
Mm. And on my lippy, I started off with our chapstick, Sister Speak chapstick, Prep and Chap as well. And my favorite, which is the strawberry ice pop.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to start doing my P's like Sister J does her T's.
That's right.
Pop. And then I have MAC lipstick. This is in their Powder Kiss formula, which is so super light.
Okay.
You can't even tell that anything is on
Yes.
your lips.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
And it's a darker color.
Uh-huh.
P is for potent.
I
love
like
it.
that.
I like
there.
Nice
that
color
one a
on
lot.
you.
Potent.
Yes.
Mhm.
I need to get that one.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it.
That is
I'm going to
pretty.
write that down too.
Yes.
Mhm.
I do like
You
the powder
would like
kiss.
it. Yeah, you would like it too, Sister, because it's like dark how you like your lippies.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's P is for potent.
Yes.
Potent.
P for
Potent.
potent. And that's it for me.
That's our lesson in
Okay.
enunciation today.
Yes.
You're welcome.
It reminds me of a new favorite word that I have. I don't know why, but my new favorite word is combative.
Ooh.
Oh.
So there's lots of in there.
Why is that your favorite
is.
word?
I don't know. I feel like people are like combative lately in my world.
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
Combative.
Combative. Are you being combative
I
with
think
me?
people are tired.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Definitely
Their
agitated.
patience they have no patience.
Patience. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. For my drink tonight, of course, I have.
Sister J trying to rush people.
I know my awesome sauce, pink Sister Speak Yeti with vanilla on there, of course. Slancha.
Well, Slancha.
Hey, you got your nice Yeti,
Yes.
and that is upon my P is for pumpkin coaster.
Pumpkins.
Thank you, Sister J.
You.
Yeah. E.
And for my lippy today, I have a new one for the pod tonight. I've had this a little
Ooh.
while, but this is from Rimmel. It's a very
Ooh.
thin
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
guy here, and this is called Lip Art Graphic. And this
Wow.
color, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's like kind of nude on me. It's very
Yeah.
light. And this is called Now or Never.
Ooh.
That's
So it's very
nice.
light.
That
so I
looks
have to
good on you.
It's not
Yeah.
nude, but it's
It's
like
not nude.
a very
Yeah.
Like a
lightish
brownish.
brownish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just light because you usually wear real dark.
Right,
but
Yeah.
that's,
To me, it
that's
seems
a nice shade.
seems light.
Yeah.
No, it
like
looks
light,
good.
dark purple.
Yeah, it looks
I like
nice.
it.
I figured I'd just go ahead with it, even though it's not my
Okay.
usual. But
Can we,
We
see the
swapped
container
usuals
again?
today.
can you what?
Can we see the container
Yeah,
again?
this is the container. It's
Yeah,
like a
that's
little
okay.
Oh, yeah.
thin, and then it's
Looks
got the nice
triangle-y.
wand. It is a little
Okay.
triangle-y.
Nice.
The cap is
That's
like
nice.
thin and then
Yeah.
thick.
Mhm.
Real
So-
slender.
But it's
Okay.
nice. I like it. So I put on a bunch of swipes, and it did start to dry out. So I put on my Rimmel Stay Glossy
Rimmel.
in date night to give me a little moisture
Love
and shine.
Rimmel
Yep.
Love Rimmel.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do too.
for the
Yes.
gloss. Mhm.
Yes. And then for my blings and swags and such, I remembered my Soul Sister bracelet tonight. Thank you, Sister LM. And I've got on my silver A tonight.
Ooh.
And that's it for moi.
I also forgot one thing. My pink.
P for pink. Love it.
Compliments
So
of
cute.
Sister J. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh.
All right, let's get to these questions.
All right, yes.
Let's get into
our
it.
questions.
We might get combative on some of these questions.
Oh, we might.
Okay, I'll start us off with our first question.
All right.
And this is, am I the asshole for having my neighbor's cars, plural, towed from my garage?
Oh,
Well, it's
My-
your garage.
go ahead.
From my
Okay.
garage.
Yeah. Okay.
My house is being built in a neighborhood that's a few years old. So it's new. My lot is one of the few remaining lots, and there are occupied houses surrounding mine. The exterior is basically complete, and the contractors are in the process of putting up the drywall. After work the other night, I decided to drive out to inspect the work. Everything looked fine until I decided to check out my garage. When I opened the door, I saw 2 cars and a minivan parked inside my garage. I
Whoa.
called the contractor to see if he knew anything about them, and he was as perplexed as I was. My guess is that one of the neighbors decided to park their cars inside my garage because there was a slight chance of hail that night.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, that may get in
No,
there.
let her
Let
finish.
me finish. Because there was a slight chance of hail that night. At first, I was just going to leave it alone, but the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. By the time I got to my car, I was steaming mad. So much so that I called a tow company and had them tow all 3 vehicles away.
Nice.
The next morning, the next morning, my contractor called me and told me the
bet
police
he
were
did.
there. The
Uh-huh.
police were there to investigate the theft of the vehicles. I had them put the police on the phone and explained that I was the owner of the property, had the vehicles towed, and gave them the tow company information. My contractor told me later that the owners of these vehicles were shouting and cussing them out until the police made them leave. I went by after work today, and a guy confronted me about being an ass for having their vehicles towed. He was shouting about how I ruined their day because they missed work and their kids were late to school.
Damn.
He also said it cost him almost $1,000
I'm sure it
To
did
get
for 3
good.
cars.
Yeah.
to get all 3 vehicles back.
Don't
Good.
do that
And
shit
that-
again, Willie.
We can't help but commentate
It's
through
hard
it.
not to.
It's juicy.
Yeah.
We gotta say
Yeah.
something.
Okay, he was shouting that I ruined this day. They missed work. And he also said it cost almost $1,000 to get all 3 vehicles back, and that I'll be covering the cost. I told him good luck with that, and that he's an ass for parking in my garage without my permission. We went back and forth until his wife came and pulled him home.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Some of the other neighbors came out to watch our argument, and afterwards, some of them told me I was starting off on the wrong foot and should apologize to that guy.
Seriously.
They said that I should be more neighborly and understand that neighbors help each other out. One said that I should have left a note instead of having them towed. It seems all my neighbors are against me. I can see their point, so maybe I overreacted.
Oh no, you
I'm
didn't.
not sure. What you think?
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
you reacted appropriately, in my opinion.
You are not the
That's
asshole.
your house that you're building. Ain't even fucking finished.
Not
Not the
finished.
asshole.
And someone had the gall, and I know who it was, but I'm not going to go there. And they had the gall to put not one, but not two, but three motherfucking cars.
Three vehicles.
Wait a minute. First of all, hats off that you got a 3-car garage. Hello. Second of all, they didn't put all they shit up in your house and didn't have the courtesy to add a note to your house. And then gonna be upset that their shit got towed?
Exactly.
Please.
Exactly. You got
please. You know what? I would have walked off when he came out.
What if he wanted what if he wanted to put his own car in his own garage?
Yes.
He couldn't?
Because it was expected to hail and storm that night. And couldn't because a neighbor took it upon their entitled self.
Yeah.
To park, like you said, not one.
Not two.
Three.
2 vehicles and a minivan.
Yeah.
Now, why couldn't they put it in their garage?
You and your kids are going to be late. And you know what? I will say there's one part where I think you should not have done.
Yep.
You shouldn't even gave them the tow truck company name or number. Let them find their own shit.
Okay. No, I agree with that because the police were about to the police were about to investigate a theft. And
yeah, and I would just say I called and they were towed away.
Okay, there you go.
Find your own shit.
Yeah.
Find your own shit.
Like you found your way into my garage.
Into my garage.
Right.
Find your way to your car.
Thank you.
What do you say, Sister A?
Find your way. No, I'm totally in agreement with the other sisters here. I mean, come on now. First of all, how did they even get into the garage? I guess it's not like electrified yet or something.
It's not yet because the house is being built.
Right.
So I'm sure it wasn't.
What's wrong with your own garage? And I'll just say from the neighborhood that I live in, most people's garages are full of shit. They can't even get their car in a garage.
That's probably why they couldn't park in their own.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You can't even use the garage for what it's meant for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not blame you at all.
My particular comment, I was really happy when I first saw this question.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Because my particular response was, I'm so happy to report that a lot of people said the same thing. First thing I thought was, well, maybe there was a theft ring and he had stole those cars and stashed it in the garage so they couldn't be found.
That's a stretch.
No, it happened.
Well, that's a good point.
It's just like they bust up prostitution rings in residential neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know?
Maybe.
Because you know where it's going to be.
They had him in a situation to look like a suspect.
Who knows if the cars were stolen? Nobody knows. He didn't know. He did not know. I also agree with other people who said, well, okay, look, if the neighbor had such a need that he needed to park in somebody else's garage, the neighbor should have put a note on the vehicle said, excuse me, my name is such and such. I live across
over
the street.
Here's my number.
Here's my number.
And I'm sorry, but I didn't have any. I hope you don't mind. I see that the house is not quite finished, so that would have been easy.
That's what they should have did.
But what chaps my butt even more?
Well, they shouldn't even done it.
No, what chaps my butt even more than him having the nerve to argue with the owner of the house.
Yes.
It's the damn neighbors.
Yeah.
Dare you say, oh, you're starting on the wrong foot. Excuse me?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, no.
And then wait, gonna tell the man, you're gonna pay the $1,000 like motherfucking hell I am.
Right. Yeah, hell I am.
No.
But in my opinion, this man is going to have an issue with the neighbors.
He's going to have problems now.
He's going to have problems with the neighbors. So you might want to rethink moving into that neighborhood.
Not just that neighbor, too, probably.
Yeah. I mean, the neighborhood.
Going to be
the neighborhood. Yeah. It's going to be already tense. They liable to do shit to your property.
Awesome.
And that's the part that I'd be worried about.
People were saying, if you had not already planned on it, you need to plan on an electrified fence around your property and 2 big dogs.
And cameras.
And
cameras. Your neighbors.
That way you can catch if they do try to come up to the house and do something.
Because there's going to be some, and if any of the other neighbors don't, certainly he's going to have problems with that particular neighbor. That particular neighbor is going to try to do some stuff to retaliate. And I would not be surprised if when it's almost ready to be done, all of a sudden there's a fire or something.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Mm-hmm.
See, and that's the part that is awful because now, unfortunately, he was well within his right to do what he did.
Oh,
He didn't know them people. They should have introduced
He didn't know where they came from.
He didn't know who they came from or where they came from.
Right.
Now this man's yelling in his face, talking about this bill, blah, blah, blah. It ain't my problem, dude. You're entitled. And it's not my responsibility to help your entitled ass out when you didn't give me the courtesy to let me know what you was going to be doing.
Now,
but the unfortunate thing is that now he has to watch his back and his house.
Yes.
I would not. I mean, most people, when you're building a house, you can't just say, "Oh, never mind, the neighbors are crazy." He's going to have to live there.
Yeah.
He has
with one
nowhere
eye
else
open.
to be.
Yeah.
Right. He's just going to have to be very diligent, put some cameras up, and just, try to be friendly after this point. If people bring it up, say, you know what? I'm not talking about that topic, and move on.
Yeah.
The nerve of this neighbor
the neighbor
stand there and argue with him about it.
To the point where the wife had to pull him away.
Pull him away.
So I'm hoping that with some time, that neighbor will realize they were the ones in the wrong. And hopefully,
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Clean out your garage and put your cars in it.
If you are that bold to put now a car is not a small expense.
It's not.
To put my baby, Bianca, and some random person who I don't even know is fucking a garage.
I know them.
Yeah.
Right. All you know is the house is being built.
There's no way I'm going to have humility enough to think that I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
that's crazy.
He thought it was perfectly fine because nobody was living there.
It's
the house
occupied.
was still being built.
No.
It was
Doesn't
still being
matter.
built. And
It's owned by somebody.
Obviously, the garage was
not
was
your
already
property.
done.
Yeah.
Except for the lock on the door.
And the other thing is, he's lucky they didn't press charges because you are basically
Personal
breaking into
property.
this man's garage.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then apparently the next day broke back in to find your shit gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's a
And
good
I was
point.
thinking-
And then on top of that,
That's a harassing. That's a
and
good
then
point.
harassing my damn contractors who are just trying to do their damn job and finish the house.
Yeah.
And the police had to run them off
Yeah.
because they were harassing the damn contractors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was thinking if it was stolen property, he wouldn't have called the police to sort this out.
No.
So
They
they're
would've-
definitely
no.
his vehicles.
I would never have even thought of that though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I would have just been like some bold ass motherfucker done put they shit in my garage.
Okay, but what did they do?
She meant the
before?
neighbor. She meant the neighbor.
But what
When
did
the
that neighbor do before this house and
The house was
garage?
being-
Thank you.
Their stuff was outside getting dinged from the hail.
Well, what gets me is
Well,
what's
keep
in your
dinging.
garage. If you
Keep
got two
dinging.
vehicles and a minivan, how many adults you got living over there?
Right.
Well, it could be two.
It could be
parents and a
husband,
child
wife, and
and a kid.
yeah. Or I think a
That's easy.
minivan. It's a couple kids in there.
Yeah, probably a
that's
couple
true.
kids and one's driving. So, it's
Could
easy
be.
to have 3 or 4 cars in one
Yeah.
house when you have
Yeah.
2 parents and 2 kids that are driving age.
No, this neighbor knew he was in the wrong because first of all, he, as you pointed out, he had to break back into the garage to find out, my
Yeah.
shit is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he asked the contractors what happened, and they didn't know nothing, my first reaction would have been to call the police,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't do that. And by the way, this is the contractors called the police.
Oh, I thought the neighbor called because his cars were
Okay.
stolen, quote unquote. That's what you said.
Oh, did it? Let's see.
Thought.
Yeah. I thought the neighbor.
The contractor wouldn't call because the contractor don't know about no cars.
Well, the contractor could have called if the neighbor was being loud and arguing.
That's
like,
true.
where's my car?
You're right. The contractor called the owner and said that the police were there to investigate the theft of the vehicle. So yeah, so the neighbor must have called the police.
When he put the cars in there, if the contractor's been working there all day, they must have waited till the contractors left.
Yeah, obviously.
And stuck the cars in there because the contractor said, I didn't even know there was cars in there.
Right.
Yeah. They probably waited till night, till the evening.
Till the evening, yeah.
I was figured,
we'll be up in the morning for work and school. We'll get the cars before the contractor even comes back.
Right. Crazy.
That's so rude. Oh my Lord.
Well, he learned an expensive lesson.
Yes, he did.
And this guy is moving into a neighborhood with some very combative neighbors.
Yes, you got your word in there.
Yep.
Yes.
Good luck, sir.
That was a good one.
That's a
good one, Jay.
That was a really good one.
All right.
Damn, people.
I complained to the HOA also.
Yeah.
And the police be like, look, now, I want you to have my address on speed dial.
But you know what? If something come up, they're going to be the first ones to be looked at because the police were called out there.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the police, and now there's a police report that says, they parked these 3 vehicles in property that was not theirs, and it was towed. So yeah.
The one thing I will say that man should not have done was argue with that other guy. I just said, it's my house. You have my permission.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. Hey, I know me. And some fool parked in my garage.
We arguing.
And then I'm walking up the sidewalk and they're going to argue we arguing.
We arguing.
I'm glad somebody didn't pull out a gun or something. You don't know who you're dealing with nowadays.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. You really don't.
And he's fussing and cussing so much that his wife got to come and tell him, come on, you need to come home. Oh, hell no. No.
He obviously has rage issues.
Obviously. Yeah. All right. Next.
Woo!
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good start.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's stay on this neighbor train.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not mowing my neighbor's lawn? Hey, I'd like to know what you guys think. I recently moved in a new neighborhood and was mowing my lawn for the second time. After being finished, my neighbor knocked on the door and asked if I was only mowing my lawn from now on. I never met this guy before and asked why he would ask. Apparently, he didn't notice the change in the people next to his house. He explained that in the past, they mowed his small part as well and said he would like to continue this arrangement. I declined because I don't see any reason to mow someone's lawn without him returning the favor someday. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, I don't think so. But how did this neighbor not know that there's a new neighbor in there?
And entitled as shit.
I was going to say they're going to be entitlement again.
New person.
Again.
And you're going to be bold enough to knock on the damn door and come ask him. You could have stepped outside while he was mowing.
Right.
Yeah.
You forgot to mow my side.
I wonder how big a plot it is.
It's
it must not be
small.
that big.
It must be small, but come on now.
And his former neighbor might be one of those people that like mowing the lawn.
But this is the key. He did not know that the previous neighbors had left.
That's what I said. How did you not know? You got a new neighbor.
How did you not know? They moving out. They moving their shit out.
Living in a closet?
Maybe on vacation.
Well, that just tells you that this neighbor had been doing this for him, but he never did catch up with the neighbors, send over like a baked good.
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
nothing.
that's true.
If he didn't know.
And I like how he
point.
says, "I'd like to keep the same arrangement." You didn't have the arrangement with me.
Hey. Oh, concierge service?
Yeah, what you gonna do for me?
What is wrong with people?
It's gotta be a two-way street.
I ain't no fucking concierge.
I can't. I can't.
Neighbor drama is bad. So I would definitely not like you have to live there.
You have to live there. And why would you just assume that some random person that you have never met in your entire life is going to mow your lawn?
Thank you.
Now, if he would have said, "Hey, nice to meet you. Oh, I didn't know that my neighbor," when you open the door, say, "Oh, I didn't know I had new neighbors. Well, nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Bill. And let me let you know, my neighbor used to do my part of the lawn, but what if we did like, I'll do it one week, you do it the next week. I'll do yours, you do mine."
Yeah.
He didn't even offer no reciprocal kind of shit.
No. He could have offered to pay him.
Yeah.
Or pay him.
There you go. I'd take some money for that.
Lawn service is not free.
No, it isn't.
You know, maybe this is an elderly person, so I can see you'd want to help out.
Then he should know better. Yeah, he should know better if he's an elderly person. He should know better than to assume somebody is just. I'm hoping we have the same arrangement.
Right. And what arrangement is that?
Right. And what arrangement is that?
Key me in.
It must be nice to be this delusional. It must be nice.
You know what?
Yeah.
That is exactly what it is.
Really well.
Delusional.
Yeah. Everything
going
revolves
through life
around
so
me.
well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
To always have shit done for you.
Done for you.
Apparently. Because that was for people who don't even know you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
That's don't even know you.
Didn't he say that was the second time he was cutting his lawn?
Yeah.
So when you first saw him, why did you say something then?
He probably was like, "Hey, Jim Bob done forgot my lawn."
No, he probably thought, "Hey, the neighbors done hired somebody to cut their grass."
He didn't even know they had left.
No.
Yeah.
That's not a good neighbor.
No, it isn't.
No.
Obviously, like if that would have happened to me, every once in a while, I would be over there like every month or two with a gift card.
Something. More often than that.
Yes. Yeah, more often than that.
Yeah.
Once a month, really, because if to pay someone to do it for you would be even more than that.
Even more.
Yes. Yes. Damn.
I know.
People.
I'm going to go ahead and keep with the theme.
Okay.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. I bought a house in a community without an HOA. I wanted my home to be my home, and that includes making it look the way that I want. Okay. I'm sorry. I have to back up and say the question. I forgot the question. Because this is what drew me to it in the first place. Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor to grow up, get a life, and get the fuck over the fact that I painted my house a color he doesn't like?
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
All right, I'll start over. Okay. I bought a house in a community without an HOA. I wanted my home to be my home, and that includes making it look the way that I want. I also chose a neighborhood that already has fun, colorful houses instead of just plain earth tones. I finally got to the point where I could repaint my house. I picked a soft peachy color with sage blue, soft and dark pink accents. Fun and colorful without being too out there.
Okay.
My neighbor, Paul, effing hates it and has been complaining since I started the project. He also made his opinion known that he hates my front lawn. And then in parentheses, lots of wildflowers and sunflowers, fun garden flags, and a little free library. On the front lawn.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I've seen those.
Yeah.
Really?
Real,
I
like a
didn't-
little cart outside, and they
Okay,
put books,
gotcha.
and people can borrow
Yeah.
books. And
Oh,
Gotcha.
that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Okay.
That is cool.
Well, Paul fucking hates it.
Fuck you, Paul.
dang,
Okay.
Paul.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Sister A.
Each and every time I've told Paul that I don't care. I've suggested a few times that maybe he'd be happier in a community that has HOA control over everything and forces people into having earth-toned homes. Paul got angry when I suggested that and said he's lived in his home for 15 years and shouldn't have to move. I told him, okay, well, you'll have to learn to live with a little color. Last
I wonder what Paul's house looks like.
Probably boring ass.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. He may say it. We'll see. Last weekend I was putting in pavers that my niece and I painted together. There are little ladybugs, turtles, birds, and fun colors.
Nice.
That's nice. Paul came over to complain yet again, saying it was an eyesore, and while my niece was here. So I finally told him it's time for you to grow up and get the fuck over what I'm doing with my house.
I
He
love
got
this.
even pissier and told me I have no right to talk to him this way. I told him to just go away and get a life. If he has so much free time to bitch and moan about a colorful house,
That
maybe
part.
he should get a hobby. He stormed off, calling me a nasty piece of work. My niece was cracking up on the side. One of our other neighbors came to tell me that he's been flapping his yap about how disrespectful I am.
Ugh.
She told me that she knows he's a pain, but he has been in the neighborhood forever and it's worth being nice to him.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no.
Okay.
Am I the asshole?
No.
See, these neighbors, you know?
What's up
Yeah.
with these neighbors and the
What's
neighbors
these
that are in
neighbors?
and the neighbors that are in defense of the
Yeah,
wrong
of
neighbor?
the
Right,
neighbors.
right,
Yeah,
right.
They are defending this person who they know did wrong simply
Yeah.
because they've been in the neighborhood.
It's her property.
She said that she knows he's a pain. So they know what kind of person this Paul guy is. He's a pain.
First of all, why is he even over there on her property?
Right.
He's got nothing else to do, it sounds
He's,
like.
he's
one of those
obviously-
Yeah.
But that's totally irrelevant. The point is, why the fuck are you even near me?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not over there at your house.
No. And then
Right.
plus the fact that he took the time to come over
To come over.
when the niece is there and
Yeah,
you're in
that's
the
not right.
garden and doing whatever, then he
Yeah.
chooses that time to come over.
Yeah.
Come on.
And why is he over there?
Thank you.
That's the whole point.
Mhm.
Why are you trespassing on my property? And I would have told him, look,
Get
the
off
next
it.
time you bring your funky ass over here, I'm calling the police.
Yes. Don't
Keep
step
your
on my
ass-
property.
Exactly.
Don't
Yo,
step on my free library lawn.
That's
I
right.
would tell
Right.
you
My
keep your
pavers.
funky ass and funky attitude over at your
Over
house.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul is just an unhappy person.
Yes.
Yes.
Apparently.
And obviously does not have anything else going on in his life. So he has plenty of time to make other people miserable
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she
for
sounds
whatever
like
reason.
she sounds
But-
like a cheerful person. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
Peach with the
Yeah.
little a lighter
know it
peach
sounds
and
very
blue
nice.
Yeah.
little
Soft-
accents.
I wish there was a
peachy
picture.
color.
And
I
then little
know.
sunflowers and wildflowers in the
peas.
yard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like it's
Sunshiny.
nice.
Sounds really nice.
Yes,
It does sound
yes,
nice.
very bright
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Happy.
I would love
Yeah,
I think the whole
happy.
neighborhood is like that because she said, or he,
That's
know.
why they
Colorful.
chose
The-
this neighborhood.
the
Yeah.
neighborhood is
To move
colorful.
into. Mhm.
yes.
I don't understand
Yep.
what the issue is.
Yeah.
Those cranky MFers.
Well, Paul has something against Peach. Apparently.
You can't. I mean,
What
and
is
from
he?
the house.
Sister A, what is he being?
Combative. That's another one.
Who knew this word would come in so handy?
It's handy today.
You've picked all three of them have been combative neighbors.
Yes, they have.
Man,
That's
people are
crazy.
so.
Do you have nothing else
rude
to do?
Right,
Too much shit in my day. Even if all I'm doing is reading and relaxing and crocheting all day, to be going across the street complaining to somebody else about what they're doing to their house.
Yeah.
Right.
What color they chose to paint their house?
Yes.
Or even put in their garden, like the flowers in their garden and stuff.
Like you're mad over sunflowers?
I mean,
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Come
how
on.
can you complain about that?
Come on.
That's a very unhappy person.
It is.
It is.
They are very unhappy. And I guess thinks that just badgering someone is going to make them change. Probably in the past, his other neighbors, probably he badgered them to death and they said, okay, Paul, we'll just do whatever.
And gave in to him because he's lived there forever.
15 years.
15 years is not forever. I thought he was going to say 30, 40
Me
years.
too.
It said 15.
Me too.
15 is nothing. It's a blip.
And the next time a neighbor said to me, oh, I know he's a problem, but just go on with it. I would tell her, oh, then next time I'll send him over to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go complain about whatever you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
I have to read this one reply.
Okay.
Let me tell you, this one reply got 15,000 likes.
Oh my gosh. What is it?
And 650 replies.
Oh
my goodness.
It says, and they put this in quotation marks, Paul, it is Paul, right? I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to. I'm going to make a deal with you. Every time you're over here bitching about my house or yard, I'm adding 2 pink flamingos to the decor. Every week that you... Yeah. Every week that you go without bitching, I will take 1 flamingo down. If I hear you've been talking about me to the neighbor. Ducks are coming onto the porch. Any questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Yes. Perfect.
Oh,
I like that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that would be perfect. And then those big ones, those ones that
the
are like,
big ones.
Yeah, the tall ones.
Well, you know what now?
Yes.
But he's the kind of person that come Christmas time, and for little kids, you want the little blow up figures of the little Santa Claus and the snowman. He'd be bitching about that.
You know what? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I bet.
All them lights are shining in my windows.
Yeah.
Their lights are shining in my windows. I'm trying to go to sleep. I can't sleep with all that Christmas lights. I shouldn't have to put blackout blinds up.
Yes.
Yeah. That is a good reply, though.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Go do something.
Yes. Get a hobby.
Get a hobby, Paul.
Bless him.
All right. Sister A, what you got?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, mine is not neighbor related.
Well, thank you, because I'm tired of these damn neighbors.
Okay.
Listen. These neighbors.
But this should get the juices flowing nonetheless.
All right.
Okay. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to find a job or start cooking something other than a sandwich?
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Me, 29-year-old male, and my girlfriend, 27 female, have 2 kids, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl. Okay. Both kids are at school from 9 to 3. I work and provide for the family. My girlfriend is a stay-at-home mom. Recently, I got more and more annoyed at my girlfriend. Once the kids are at school, she won't do anything around the house. She says she is busy with kids, but they are away at school for 6 hours a day, if not more, and the house is getting tidied when I'm back from work. She wouldn't cook anything unless it's a sandwich, takeaway, or a ready frozen meal, and I have absolutely zero ideas what she actually does while the kids are at school. I have tried buying fresh ingredients for her to cook with, but they get rotten in the fridge. And if she goes to the shop herself, she comes back with more frozen meals, some fruits like apples or oranges, snacks, breads, and ham for school lunches. Last week, I lost it. There's plenty of jobs around, so I have asked her to either find a part-time job or start cooking, since she doesn't do anything all day. She tried to say she is doing something around the house, but I have pointed out that I help her clean the house in the evening, and the house looks exactly the same after the kids leave for school and after they return from it. Nothing changes until we both tidy up in the evening. My girlfriend got upset with me for saying that and gives me the silent treatment since Friday. Her mother called me and told me I'm an asshole for saying what I did when she is a mother for two kids. She is the mother of my two kids. Her brothers are on my side and believe she is just lazy. Am I the asshole?
No.
Man,
not the asshole.
She's gotta learn to cook. Or get the hell out and get a job.
She needs to do more than make a sandwich.
Prep. Yeah, we can afford that meal prep thing, you know.
But the fact that I think what gets me is she's not even trying. Because he mentioned that he buys fresh, like, ingredients and food, and it goes rotten. So she's not even trying.
Right.
Right. That's the part that's like, okay, I agree with the brothers, and the brothers are the ones that grew up with her, most likely. She's probably just lazy.
Well, we don't have all the details. Or doesn't know how to cook. That's what I was going to say.
But just
she doesn't know how to cook or like cooking, because there's some people that don't like to cook, and they don't want to learn because they don't like it.
But her mama calling him an asshole. What our mama should have said then is, well, you know, she never did learn to cook, so you know.
Now I have an edit to this that he added on to. He said a lot of people asked what the roles are around the house. I do most of the maintaining of the property. She helps with managing the finances a bit. I do most of the grocery shopping. Vacuuming is done just before or after the kids are back from school. Laundry is done on Fridays and weekends at night, and she wouldn't sort the whites from colored because of us. Both of us then sort the laundry between kids. Bathroom deep cleaning normally happens over the weekend as well, and about once a month, and she is constantly too tired to do it, so I end up doing it.
Of course.
When I stayed home sick while the kids were at school, she would normally just sit on social media all day or talk to her friends all day.
Exactly.
And then claim she did something around the house.
That's what she's doing every day.
Every day. It's not that she doesn't know how or like to cook.
Right.
I wonder how long they've been living together. So part of this, I have
the one boy is 8.
9 and 3 years old.
9 and 3 or 6?
6
and 8. 6 and
8.
Okay.
They're
and
away
he's
from
only 29, so he was 21 in a daddy.
Well, we don't know when they moved in together, but my thing is, yes, she needs to do more. Well, y'all need to have a conversation about expectations. And obviously that never has happened because this is where you're at. And there were never consequences to that. So, yes, she should be doing more and could be doing more. But did y'all ever establish any type of rules when you started living together, which we don't know if that was before kids or after the kids came or what. We don't know that. Now that you do have kids, though, you're going to need to learn how to fucking cook because they got to eat. And you want them to eat things that are more healthy. So if this is just something that she is not willing to do, I'm sorry, husband, or boyfriend, whatever, you're going to have to pick up that slack. Maybe start making maybe you and her on the weekends can prep together. And that'd be a way for her to help cut some shit up. Maybe she don't like to cook.
She's not going to do that. Stuff. He already said she don't sort the clothes. She wait for him. And the reason why
she waits for him,
she don't even want to vacuum.
No, the reason why deep cleaning is done on the weekend is because why?
Because he
ain't at work. Right.
Because he's home to do it.
He ain't at work.
She doesn't even want to vacuum. Come on.
Yeah.
You got a lazy woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's lazy.
You got a lazy woman. And it's unfortunate that you sat around and had 2 babies with this woman because it's not going to get no better.
It ain't going to get better.
She's not going to, she doesn't want to work either.
No.
She's going to get the kids starting to do stuff because they're 6 and 8. I mean, they should be doing stuff anyway,
well, they should be doing stuff at this point anyway.
Yeah, she's going to be getting them involved.
Yeah.
Well, they should. They need to.
While she's
grown,
but she's going to have them involved, like doing everything.
Yeah, I agree with Sister A. As they get older, she's going to have them doing everything.
Yeah.
And I bet you if one of them's a girl, she'll have her cook.
Maybe the boy too. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
anybody
true.
but her.
I mean, anybody but her. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going to have to make some choices at this point. Like, this is like, I guess this is why I think everyone should live with each other before they get married. No matter who you are, what sex you're attracted, what your partner is.
Yes.
Y'all need to live together first and establish your living rules or norms or what you find acceptable, because I feel like that would alleviate a lot of divorces, because people will get divorced over this kind of shit.
Yeah.
I find it strange.
But they should have talked about this while they were dating.
Right.
Thank you.
But, they got 2 children now. What you going to do?
It's too late. It's too late now. They got kids.
And I find it strange that he does the grocery shopping, but he expects her to cook it. So there's something off there. There's something off there. And if she doesn't work,
the grocery shopping because he doesn't like what she buys. She goes to the store, but she buys frozen meals and
frozen meals.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So he's going to have to either suck it up, hush up, and do it, or he's going to have like a conversation and say, well, look, I don't want my kids living this way. I don't want to live this way. I can do it myself alone. And we can go that way, or we're going to have to change something around
She's not going to do that.
Or at least get a job.
And the next time her mama call, I tell her, you an asshole, and hang up.
No, I tell you, I'm sending her to your house to live because we breaking up.
Yeah, she living with you.
Well, you calling me an asshole? We're breaking up, and so we gonna drop her off at your house.
This asshole is kicking your daughter out.
So come pick her up.
Yeah,
so come
pick her up.
Okay, I'm an asshole. You take her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
he's stuck like Chuck right now, though.
But if he breaks up with her, trust me, she is going to be that kind of person that, oh, no, you ain't getting the kids. I'm getting the kids. So, I'm sure he doesn't want that.
I don't know.
Either.
She might not, because she doesn't sound like she wants to take care of them solely.
Yeah, but she, if no other reason, so you can't have them. Because that's the kind of person.
Well, it's not that. I don't know that she'll do that, but she'll definitely hit you with a lot of child support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, as any parent should, if you're living separately, you gotta help. But the fact that she's not working, it's gonna be even more than if she was working. So I mean, you're just stuck, dude.
It might be a cheaper to keep her
Divorce
situation.
is expensive. It's true.
LM.
It's true.
No, really.
It's true. It's true.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. It is not cheaper to keep
not
her
for
because
your
you'll be
mental
so
well-being.
unhappy. Yeah,
you'll be so unhappy.
You can't live a lifetime. You can't live 10.
And he's only 29.
8. That one is 8.
Yeah,
that's at least 10 years until they of age.
How old is she? He's 29.
27.
27.
Okay.
She's old enough to know damn better.
Young mama.
She is.
Yeah.
No, but she's old enough to know better.
Now I see some comments down below. Somebody said laziness is like a form of depression, and she might have some mental challenges.
Yeah,
she might need to get some help.
It's possible.
That's a possibility.
Pull her out of a funk that she might be in,
and her mama needs some help too. You gonna call your son-in-law and call him an asshole? That's some shit. I'm sorry.
Well, but this is the thing. Like, they're not married. And when you get married, it's, in sickness and health. And let's say you get married and years down the road, the other one partner is diagnosed with depression or some other kind of situation where they can't physically can't work, or they mentally can't work or something, and you have to be the one bearing everything. What do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
But
now, in
that's
that
not this
situation, it's a little bit
situation.
different. Yeah, but it's the same thing. You're bearing everything. You're the one doing everything, and you're in a partnership.
Partners.
To me, it's worse if I'm in a partnership doing everything and the other person's not than me being alone and doing everything. It's just, it's just in my mind.
Yes.
I would be so incensed.
Yeah.
If I was the one shouldering all of the responsibility for the child care and the cooking and the cleaning and this.
That's not
and
right.
I had another partner over here, and I work too.
And
you're
I work.
over here sitting over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I work and you don't, and you can't even fix a meal every once in a while or help. No, I'd be
sort the laundry.
Like I have to do the laundry. I have to vacuum. I have to deep clean. I have to go grocery shopping. I have to work all day, and then I come home and I'm eating the same ham sandwich my kids have for lunch. Nope.
On occasion, it's acceptable, but every day, hell to the no. And obviously, this has been going on for years. If these kids is 6 and 9, well, depending on when they moved in, but I'm assuming they moved in when they started having the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he don't let this go too. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He don't let this go too long.
Too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But in this situation, when one partner is refusing, because that's what this is, whether she's got mental issues or not, you still gotta eat when you have depression. You still gotta do things.
So that means she's eating the frozen dinners and sandwiches too.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And she's fine with it. Maybe that's how she grew up. Maybe she never had no fresh
that. I was just gonna say that. Maybe that would explain
her
mama did.
The mom is
that would explain the mom's reaction.
Yeah.
But the brothers say she's lazy.
She's lazy.
So who knows with the family?
I'd be going the other way.
Well, life is too short to put up with that kind of stuff.
And be unhappy.
Yeah, and to be unhappy like that.
And yes, try to fix it. Yes, I'm not saying give up right away, but
and if she has
the person
refuses, get that help.
Get her some help.
Get her some help. But if they refuse, like sit there in your face, hey, I need you to go to work because we need some more money, and they sit there and say no, what are you gonna do? You have two choices.
Yeah,
accept it or get the hell out.
Change it.
And then when you accept it, don't be complaining no more.
You can't complain no more.
Because you accepted that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I couldn't do it. I don't like cleaning my own damn self.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I gotta clean everything.
Do it.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it. Nobody likes to do all these things, but you do it. No. You gotta do it.
Okay.
Hit us with another one, Jay.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I tell you, some people get themselves in some shit, don't they? All right. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
This is not a neighborhood question.
Oh, okay.
This is family again. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter-in-law and son, so he's the son's daddy, that it is too late and I will not change the family vacation plans so they can come? Okay, here we go. And no comments until I'm done. Okay.
I can't promise.
Can't promise. No.
I'll mute myself just if I feel the urge.
Go. That's it.
I feel the urge.
I can talk with you.
Excuse me. Every year, I try to do a family vacation. Around Easter, I ask everyone for their availability. The best days for almost everyone was a winter vacation. My daughter-in-law and son told me that they wouldn't work, that day would not work for her because she had to work, so they can't go. I asked if the backup days would work for them, and they both said, no, that won't work either, so we won't go. Usually, The vacation is something that everyone can drive to. It was going to be the same until all the adults agreed the kids were old enough to leave the country. So now the trip is to Europe. Everyone has bought their tickets, and I have booked where we are staying. Everything is getting finalized. My son and daughter-in-law were not in the family vacation chat since they weren't going on the vacation. They heard about the plans, and now they want to be added in. She called me, the daughter-in-law. She called me up asking about it and what they need to do. I asked her how she could get off work, and she explained that she could. I personally think she didn't want to go on the trip until she learned it was going to be in Europe and lied to me that she couldn't come because of work in the first place. I told her it is too late. Things are booked, and I am not willing to pay more than I already have. And in a note, I paid for all the lodging. We would need to upgrade to fit 2 more adults. She asked if I was serious and that it is cruel to not include them on a family trip around Christmas.
No.
I told her it is what it is and it's not my fault. My son is pissed. My son is pissed. He told me that I can afford to add 2 more adults. That is true. Wait, listen, that is true. But I reiterated what I told his wife, and he called me a jerk. I want an outside opinion. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not.
The nerve.
Here we go with the entitlement.
Here we go with the entitlement.
First of all, if you break this down, he's paying for lodging.
Yeah.
That's usually
he bought
a big
the tickets
part of
too.
It is.
I don't think he bought the plane tickets, did he?
He said.
No, I thought it was just lodging.
He said, I told her it was too late. Things are booked, and I am not willing to pay more to have the 2 adults. He says, I paid for all the lodging, and we would have to upgrade that lodging to pick 2 more adults.
So he paid for the lodging part. They probably just paid airfare.
They bought their tickets, and all the other adults in the family have already bought their tickets and booked everything.
So in the grand scheme of things, if they really said, you know what, I talked to work, I can get the days off, I don't have to work, then what they need to do then is go ahead and book their flights and book their own lodging.
Exactly. They can still go.
They can still go.
Yes.
But I'm not paying because you told me no in the first place.
Right.
And I've already booked everybody else.
And they said
pay
no
for the upgrade.
and they said no to the original date and the alternate.
And the backup dates.
And the backup dates,
plural.
So that lets you, but now all of a sudden, since it's in Europe, you can get off work.
No. And he's the jerk.
Talk about entitlement.
Yes.
And to have your wife call me.
Yeah.
Talking shit.
Right.
And then you call
and
me
then you call
shit too.
and call him a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I'd be like, no, sir, this ain't how I raised your ass.
Listen, child.
But like he said when his son called him, he reiterated, he said, I reiterated what I told his wife. Now that lets you know he was mad.
He was. Right.
He said, I reiterated what I told his wife.
Your wife.
Yeah.
Not my daughter-in-law, your wife.
Yeah, his wife.
She's not related to me.
And she called me a jerk. And he called me a jerk. Well, first of all, what whiny ass adults are these?
Thank you.
He's obviously used to daddy paying for shit.
Right.
And when he had to come up,
did he say he does this every year?
Yes.
Yes. He plans a family vacation every year.
Yeah.
Now, when Sonny Jr. had to come up out the pocket, he don't want to go.
Sonny Jr.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, lodging is a large expense, but again, if you really were concerned about being left out of a family vacation,
it's not too
late.
You
would, especially when you first said, "Well, we're not going to go,"
right?
And it's probably been weeks and months.
Mm-hmm. He said he started in Easter. That's April. March, April.
Right. Months. And so now everybody's made their plans. If you really wanted to be included in the family trip, you would go ahead and go and pay for your own.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what a lot of the responses to this, that's what they said. Well, what is handicapping Lil Junior from paying for his own trip and lodging?
Right.
If he
you have
to
go, pay for his own airfare anyway.
Yes.
So if you want to go.
I'll tell you what it was. It was the daughter-in-law saying, "Oh, they're going to Europe. Yeah, we need to go."
And that's right.
And Daddy's paying.
Yeah.
And
Daddy's paying.
Yeah.
And where.
And all of a sudden she could get off work.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, Daddy. Next Easter, let me know what the options are. Okay. And I'll take their place.
I know that's right.
Okay, Daddy, you got some new family members.
Yes. I'll go.
Yes.
You got 4 sisters want to hop aboard.
But I mean, really, that's just the height of arrogance boldness. To me.
Arrogance.
It's just so arrogant.
That just means that those people are so used to having things done for them. They have no longer they don't appreciate it anymore.
Right.
Take
advantage.
They're taking advantage of him.
Taking advantage.
And at this point,
Daddy
I feel
for saying no.
Yes. Kudos to you, Dad.
And sticking to his guns.
And for sticking to his guns and saying, no.
You're a grown-ass man now.
Exactly. I'd be interested to hear what the other family members think about that.
Yeah.
You know what? It probably don't matter because Daddy paying for it. And they already got the other family members, they already got their tickets and booked their plane flights and everything.
No, but what I'm saying is I'd be interested to know what the other family members' opinions are of them trying to now.
Right.
They're probably thinking you can still come.
Exactly.
Get your flight and book your own lodging.
Book your own lodging.
You can still come.
There's a hotel down the street.
Yeah. You just won't be in the Airbnb or wherever that the family is. But you can
sometimes that's even better.
Over.
Yeah, you can come over.
I mean, if
just saying.
If she let's get down to it. You can just about imagine what this daughter-in-law is like. You know?
Yeah.
But they didn't say that when he wrote in. He didn't say that. He just said they just said,
But I agree with LM. I agree with LM when they found out because they weren't in the chat. So one of the other family members had to be talking.
Was saying something,
Right.
Oh, they might have asked.
Probably just brought it up or who knows.
Oh, where y'all going? Where'd y'all decide to go?
Yeah, where'd y'all decide to go?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she could get off work.
Driving distance to like the mountains.
And it was going to have to be several days going to Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be even longer, probably.
Especially because the other trips that they would take were usually road trips, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. He said everybody could drive to it.
That's why she didn't
because the kids were small. So, and
that might be why, because she don't like driving.
Yeah, it'd be like camping or something she didn't
Okay, but even so, you don't have to drive. You can still catch a flight and meet your family here.
Thank you. Thank you. It didn't have to be camping.
And if it was a family, I don't think it was camping. I don't think so.
Not with little kids. No. Because he said, because it said now the kids are old enough that the adults decided that all the kids were old enough now they could leave the country.
That's true. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a mess.
These people.
I'd be like, you know what?
These people.
We'll be on the rotation for next year. Next year, when we offer up the dates, then you need to block those dates. Because no. You ain't coming this year unless you pay for your own.
Oh, and she probably gonna be the main one. Oh, we going to Europe next year?
Yeah. You know she is.
We going to Brazil? How about Spain?
You know she is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he didn't say in there whether he like asks opinions on where they go, or do they all decide after the dates are set?
Well,
or
no, that's not true. What he said was he starts everybody know every year the negotiations, just like we do with our reunions. Everything starts. Everybody starts talking, and he says he started around Easter and everybody. Chatting back and forth. What dates are these? What dates are these?
And then we decide where they
let's give us some backup dates. He mentioned backup dates, plural, with an S on it. So, and they were in all this chat. When they said that they couldn't go because none of those dates work, then they didn't include them in the chat. They jumped off the chat. You ain't going.
But also, I would assume that the original times or days when the original plan was going to be a road trip, say that was only, I don't know, 4 days, an extended weekend.
Yeah.
You're going to Europe, you're staying longer.
At least a week.
So if you can't get off work for 3-4 days, but now all of a sudden you're available.
That's the thing.
For a whole week.
That's what
gave you away, lady. That's
what
gave you away.
Gave it away. Think they slick.
Right.
And then gonna be mad because they got to pay.
The nerve to be what, Sister A?
Combative.
That's right. With their daddy.
Yeah,
their daddy.
I mean, that's again why they're spoiled as they're entitled. They have no appreciation for all the stuff that their dad has been doing, or mama, whoever has been doing.
Yes.
Over the years, they took it for granted, and now that it's gone, they all up in the arms.
Uh-huh.
I have another entitled one. If y'all want another one,
ooh,
okay, go ahead.
Oh, this one had me pissed.
Oh.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that if she wants to give second chances to people, then she should put her own neck on the line?
Oh.
Okay, here we go. My sister Zoe is nice to a fault. She gives others second chances, but she's too trusting with the people she gives second chances to. And it winds up having consequences for whichever family member Zoe convinces to stick their neck out for. My grandparents were talking about needing a cleaner, somebody to clean the house. And Zoe asked them to hire a friend of hers named Ash. After several months, my grandparents learned that Ash had been pocketing my grandma's jewelry. Zoe had recommended Ash's cleaning services for our grandparents' friends. And now we suspect that she stole it from them too.
What?
Zoe, next paragraph. Zoe made an excuse that Ash was a good person, but that she had a bad home life and only took the jewelry because she's trying to get away from her parents.
No.
My grandparents were not amused and said Ash was lucky because that was the only reason that they didn't report her. I would have reported her as anyway.
I'd have reported her ass.
Anyway, later, Zoe recommended a friend, Lily.
Y'all need to stop taking Zoe's recommendation.
Zoe wouldn't be able to say shit to me.
One straight out.
It gets real good. Later, Zoe recommended a friend, Lily, as a babysitter for our brother's son, Max.
And not for kids. Dear. No.
How old?
Okay, y'all, let's see. According to Max, he's the son of their brother. Okay. According to Max, Lily was on her phone the whole time, and Max was on his own for dinner. Max claims that Lily was actually mean to him, and my nephew isn't the type to make something up like that.
Right.
Zoe made an excuse that Lily's boyfriend broke up with her and she's a good person, but just having a hard time. I rolled my eyes at how a good person would ever feel better about herself by being mean to a child.
Right.
Yeah.
Michael, that's the brother. Michael was obviously pissed at Zoe for recommending Lily. Zoe kept trying to push me to talk to him, their brother, and agreed that she was right. I eventually got fed up and told Zoe how she wants to give people second chances, but no one she recommends is ever trustworthy. And she should try putting her own neck on the line so she'll get why we're so annoyed with taking the consequences of her kindness and then her coming and trying to make us agree that she did a good thing. After that, our parents reached out to me. They said They said that they understood me and Michael being frustrated and they would talk to Zoe about being naive, but she was trying to do a good deed. And I should apologize to her because no matter the circumstances, it's a crummy thing to put down a person who had the best of intentions.
No.
One could argue that this is none of our parents' business as we're all adults now, but our parents typically stay out of our business. This is one of the only times our parents gotten involved in any of our disagreements.
And it should be the last.
So now I'm torn between if I should apologize or hold my ground.
Don't be torn.
No. Don't be torn. Ain't no reason to be torn.
Don't be torn.
Zoe need her ass whooped. She need her ass whooped. As grown as her big age, well, they didn't shave the ages, but she's obviously grown.
Yes.
Zoe needs her ass whooped.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's recommending people. It's because she's making excuses for when they do bad behavior.
Yes.
There's no excuse for being mean to a child.
No.
There's no excuse for leaving a child on their own for dinner when you're the babysitter.
Yes.
There's certainly no excuse from stealing from your friend's grandparents and their friends.
The problem is, after the stealing episode, they listened to her fucking recommendation again.
Right.
I would have already peeped out now.
Already.
I'm not going to be able to trust your discernment with your friends.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially with my child.
Don't get suckered into Zoe.
Zoe is shady too because she's surrounded by shady people. She's shady too.
I have an update.
Oh, Lord.
One person who wrote said, I hope Ash returned the jewelry because if not, the grandparents have every right to report her to the police.
Yes.
Zoe's shitty for letting her grandparents get robbed and recommending a bad babysitter and putting her nephew at risk.
Yeah.
Hopefully the whole family stops listening to Zoe and her recommendations.
Yeah.
Hello.
Now, the original poster, she said this. Is just...
shit.
Not another recommendation, please.
It chat my butt. She said, fully, in parentheses, almost all of the stolen jewelry was recovered. They forced Ash to take them to the pawn shop where she had sold it and had her rebuy everything.
Wow.
Yep.
One necklace had been bought by someone else before my grandmother could claim it. But my grandmother says it wasn't her favorite one anyway.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
My grandparents also told Ash to give their friends a reason for quitting. Because remember, they referred
she
her...
was working with other people.
Right. And my grandmother told Ash to give their friends a reason for quitting and that she better stay away from them. So at least that part's good.
Okay.
We've had no more trouble from Ash since then.
Is that it?
Says,
Zoe and Ash.
She says
both of them need their ass whooped.
She says things could have gone very differently for Max, so I am at least grateful that nothing long-lasting happened there.
Right,
that's the little kid.
The nephew.
Our grandparents had stopped trusting Zoe after the Ash fiasco anyway.
Hello.
After what happened with Lily, no one is exactly jumping on the chance to give Zoe a favor, especially not Michael.
Right.
Okay. Good.
But so then obviously Zoe is going back home crying to the parents in order for the parents to come up and say, you should apologize. And I tell my parents, boo fucking shit. I ain't apologizing for nothing. Because your child that you are enabling now with what do you call it? Placating her has some discernment issues, and you need to make sure that she ain't in your house snatching some shit.
Thank you.
Because if you running around with thieves, you might be a thief too.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I have another update on Max. The original poster said Max is 8. So he's 8.
Okay.
He eventually stayed away from Lily. This was when she was babysitting, and was able to get snacks from the cabinet. But that kind of treatment of a child is completely unacceptable. The chewing out that Michael gave Lily, was tame compared to what I would have said. And Michael is still pissed with Zoe.
Yeah, I would be.
That's the sister.
Rightfully so.
If she didn't want to be bothered, she could have just threw some shit in the oven for the kid, took it out and said, here you go. Like, she didn't have to go and make a 4-course fucking meal.
She have not have accepted the babysitting
job
to begin with.
Right. And having a breakup is no excuse for treating anybody ugly.
No.
None.
No. That's a bullshit excuse.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I made that up. Yeah.
Okay. And then she says, Michael, their brother, Michael is 30. The original poster, she's 27, and Zoe is 24. She old enough to know better.
Too old for that.
Yeah.
Too old for that.
Yeah.
Too old for that. Well, and I don't understand. Well, I'm different, and I don't know how it is now because I don't have little kids nowadays. But if I didn't know the people or meet the people first, I would not have people I've never met watching my child.
Yes.
No.
I don't care who they are. So I would have to meet them, get a sense for them first anyway. But I don't know. It might be different nowadays that you're so, maybe it's hard to find babysitters and stuff. But I don't know. I would after the first incident with Zoe, I don't know, maybe Michael didn't know about the grandparents getting robbed.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
I don't think he did.
Okay, so that's something
And
else.
I think it happened not simultaneously, but
close together.
Close proximity.
I wouldn't trust her for nothing else.
Yeah.
That's awful.
A person posted, there is a saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. You don't owe Zoe an apology at all.
Damn.
She owes you and everybody else an apology for her behavior.
Right.
And her bad referrals.
Yeah. Would they say, fool me once?
If she would have come through and says, oh my gosh, I am so sorry this happened. That's not the person I know. I'm going to try to get your shit back.
Yes.
Or, that would have went a long way into making people realize it's not her.
Right.
It was just that happened. That friend did this without her knowing.
No. Yeah. My comment is this. This girl is 24 years old. And she supposedly gives second chances. What was the first thing they did then? So the thief probably was always a thief. And why are you associated with so many unsavory people? Was you a thief, Zoe?
That's right.
Yeah.
Second chance. Yeah. Well, what happened at the first chance then? What'd they do then? And with this Lily person, was a little baby hurt? Did the little baby burn themselves or something?
No.
And you call yourself going to be a
obviously
babysitter?
He wasn't hurt, but
no, I don't mean
the first chance.
The first
instance.
chance. Oh,
she talk about second chances.
Yeah.
So there was a first instance. Something happened.
So hey, that Zoe is suspect to me. Why are you associating with people like this?
Very suspect.
Right.
Don't be trusting any of her associates.
And obviously, she was the baby. That's why the parents got in and yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't. But see, and siblings are different. Because I would be on the phone saying, "I'm gonna whoop your tail the next time I see you."
Ooh.
And you done brought two MFers up in our family, causing some fucking havoc.
Yeah, she'd have a family beat down.
Yes.
Beat down.
Physical. Yeah.
At least one.
Yeah.
At least one whop up beside the head.
At least one for that boy. But see, I would have beat her ass for the grandparents, though.
Julia.
I mean, how dare you have some bitch up in my grandma's house stealing her
my drawers?
Yeah.
The question should have been, am I the asshole for inviting my entire family over to beat Zoe's ass?
To beat her ass.
Because I actually now want to know,
man,
who forced Ash to go to the pawn shop?
Obviously, it was her and the grandmother, because the grandmother was there, because the grandmother's the one that told Ash, you find a reason to tell my friends that you're quitting, and you don't go to their house no more.
So it wasn't even fucking Zoe that did it.
No.
They said, "Oh, I'm gonna go get
Can
your
you
stuff
imagine
back."
they made her go to that damn pawn shop, get my shit,
buy all that shit back?
You know what? She probably said, "I'm gonna turn your ass in. You better go get my shit."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is more expensive
money.
than what she got money
Oh,
for.
yeah.
You know it is. You buy
gave her
all
probably
my
$20
shit back,
for
or
that
you
stuff.
going to jail.
Yep.
That's what they told her.
Yep.
The grandparents probably told her that.
Yep.
But I thought it was hilarious when she said, and the grandmother was the one to say,
Right.
you find a reason to tell my friends that you quit.
That you quit.
Today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you stay away from them.
I wonder if her friends is missing some shit.
Well,
they said they suspect.
Yeah,
that's the friends.
But she didn't say. Well, but she didn't go into like
the friends.
Yeah.
Hey, you miss anything since that girl came?
Yeah.
This is my granddaughter's friend.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh! That to me, that was the worst part. To me,
that's awful.
That's the worst part. Stealing from your grandparents.
Well, Zoe should not be friends with these shady characters.
Yeah, exactly. So that says something about Zoe.
Like it says a lot about Zoe. You're offering, you're offering sorry excuses. No, you should be just as angry that your friend stole from your grandparents.
Yeah, took advantage.
I feel like the second chance thing is because obviously Ash got in trouble and can't get a normal job, so she's got to. Maybe that's what it is, and so she's just.
Well, according to Zoe, Ash had a bad family, like she came from a bad family, but she didn't.
Well,
go into what
a lot of people do, but that don't mean they still.
Yeah.
Ooh,
anyway,
I have another one too. If y'all want another one,
yes. Let's go.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to speak to a dying man?
Uh-oh.
I was married to my first wife for 10 years until I found out she was having a long-term affair with a coworker. I remained civil with my ex-in-laws, but the divorce and bankruptcy that it caused hit me hard.
Yeah.
I had no children from that marriage and lost touch with my ex-in-laws. I'm now remarried and my wife is expecting my second child. This marriage is happy and so much easier than my first. My ex-mother-in-law reached out to me because my ex-father-in-law is dying and he wants to speak to me before he does. I have a new life and a new baby on the way. Anytime I think about my ex-wife and her betrayal, it makes me angry, so I don't. I told my ex-mother-in-law I don't care what he has to say because I'm in my new chapter. And if he had something to say, he could have done it years ago. And now I don't want to hear it. My ex-mother-in-law called me a fucking asshole, saying her husband wants peace. And I told her so do I. And that's what I did want. And that's why I didn't want to speak to him. That part of my life is done. My ex-mother-in-law started crying on the phone, cussing at me. So I hung up and blocked her number.
Yeah.
No, you have to protect your peace.
Yeah.
Say it
That's
again,
your
Ellen.
decision to make, and that's what you're sticking by it.
Yeah.
So
It's been ages ago.
Yeah.
You've moved on. No.
Their daughter really ruined him.
Right.
Sounds like so.
Whatever he had to say should have been said years ago.
Yeah, or put it in a letter and put it in the mail.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I agree
right?
with
That's a
Sister
good
A.
idea.
Yeah,
You
just-
dying? Yeah, write a letter.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. I
it
don't
was
need
going
to
to
see
be
you face
some.
to face.
I guarantee you, it was going to be some motherfucking bullshit.
That's what I think.
That
I
he
think
just
it's
wanted to
gonna
get
be
off of
something-
his little conscience. Hell no. Go on and die with that shit on your mind.
Hello. That's what I say.
Well, who knows? It could be something worse. It could be, hey, you ruined my daughter's life.
Turn it
Yeah.
around on him. Yeah. See. Yeah.
No.
No.
It
You don't
sounds
need
like
that.
though it was something
trying
that
to
he wanted
defend
to
his daughter.
apologize for, maybe.
But probably, but
Because
you
he
know
said
what?
he
It's
wanted-
too late. You
Put
could
it
have done
later.
that years ago.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
man has
that's during
moved
the-
on. He's done survived a bankruptcy, and
Yeah.
especially for a man though, that's a illegal an
Cheated
ego
on
blow
with
too.
a coworker.
Yeah, cheated on and bankruptcy. That really
I
strikes their
mean-
ego. Now he done got himself all situated together.
Yep.
He obviously is employed and something.
New
Found a
family.
woman, right?
Expecting a
got
new
two
child.
kids.
Yes. Yes.
Second
Well, he has
child.
a kid and a second child coming.
Yep.
Coming.
and
Yep.
he's happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you are not
Yeah.
an asshole.
Not the asshole.
Not an asshole. And I would have
Not getting
blocked the
sucked
bee
in.
too.
Yeah, and
Block
she's an
that
asshole
bee.
for even calling you and
Right.
Calling
when
you
you
names.
said
Yeah.
and when you said well no and I'm sure he said nah I'd rather not. That's when and the first little inkling I got that she was going to
Yeah.
that she was going to argue.
She got combative.
Yes, she did.
There it
you
is.
go.
Got
There you go.
combative.
So he hung up and blocked her number.
There it is.
I don't know what it is
mean-
about people towards the end of their life feel like they want to confess some shit.
Confess
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that, especially with people that you have not talked to in years.
Years.
And then it's incumbent on that person to give you grace.
I think it's
No.
because the people, when they're dying, they think, "Oh, I need to confess all this or get this off my chest
So I
because
can-
then, so I can go to heaven."
Call
You
your
know.
priest.
Yeah,
Right.
There you go.
That's their job.
There
That's
you go.
their job. Hello.
There you go.
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, but I really hate it when it's well, there's two scenarios when they know they're on the way out and they want to now contact you when they haven't talked to you in years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're dying.
Yeah.
Or the other one is when someone gets famous or rich and all of a sudden
Yeah.
Oh
now
my
all the people come
gosh.
out the woodwork
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I
who
need
didn't
some
want you
cash.
before.
Yes.
Mhm. I can't stand that shit.
No.
I can't stand it.
Mm-mm.
I don't like that dying deathbed shit.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. If you
No.
haven't said whatever it is all
Right.
for years and years, go on and die and
Die
and
with
take
it.
with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Take it
Mhm.
with you.
take it with you.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
That was good.
Ooh. All right.
Ellen, you
I have
have a
a
second
short
one?
one. It's a little change of
Okay.
pace.
All right.
All right.
Am I the asshole for eating my roommate's food when she never eats it herself? I, 24-year-old female, live with a roommate, 23-year-old female, who always stocks up the fridge but never eats most of the food before it goes bad. I started eating some of it so it doesn't go to waste. She found out and got upset, saying I should have asked. I think it's better than throwing it out, but she feels it's disrespectful. Am I the asshole for eating her food instead of asking first?
I hate to say yes.
Yes. She's the asshole. You don't do that to another person. All it would take is for her to say, you know what? Usually you buy a bunch of stuff and stock the fridge, and I think that's great, but you don't eat the stuff before it goes bad. Do you mind if I eat it before it goes bad? And just say before it goes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Why is she buying all this stuff and not eating it?
Maybe even break her off $20 or something for it. Because obviously you ain't shopping because you eating her shit. So like break her off $50 for the groceries. Say, hey, if you're not going to eat this, can I eat it? And if she says yes, and I'll even break you off because I ain't had time to go to the store. I'll give you $20 for it or whatever.
Yeah.
But yes, to just eat it without asking. What if that day she was
just
coming home to have whatever it is you ate?
Yeah. Let me tell y'all, there is nothing worse than being at work all day and you just thinking about those leftovers or something that's in the fridge, and you think about it all day. Driving home and your mouth is watering. And you get in and open the fridge and it's gone.
And somebody, right, Sister K, has thrown out that meal.
Thrown it out.
Or ate it. Well, I'd be equally as mad if they ate it, but I was doubly mad that it got thrown away.
It's like, I didn't enjoy it and you didn't even enjoy it. Yeah. I think it's worse if it's thrown out.
I mean, why are you going to ask a question like this?
We've all heard this story before.
Like that, LL.
But no, I do agree. Like, okay, so maybe she wasted, but it's her money.
Yeah.
It's her money. She's buying the groceries. True. Obviously, you ain't buying none. So just ask first.
Yeah.
Just be respectful and ask first. And if she says no, you have to accept that she said no and then go take your ass to the store and get your own groceries.
Exactly. It is disrespectful,
though. Jay, it takes a couple minutes just to say, hey,
a couple minutes.
Do you mind if I eat this before it goes bad?
Yeah, before it goes bad.
Yeah. Yes.
That's all she got to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Kay said, and if she says no, then there's some kind of reason a person would say no. So y'all got an issue. Because the average person would say, you know.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel like if she does this like a month from now and she says, hey, Rumi, your egg's about to go bad tomorrow. Can I make me a big ass omelet tonight? And the roommate say no, then you know she's spiteful.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
She at her boyfriend's house. That's another issue.
It's some other reason.
Now she's salty because you done ate her food before. But in the future with any future roommates, ask them first.
Yeah. Ask
Easy
first.
enough to do.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
And break her off some change for them groceries that you didn't have to go buy.
And stop buying shit and not eating any and wasting it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to share.
I mean, I've done that before, though. I've done that before where I bought some meat or something and then I'm like, I don't want to cook that today or I don't want to do that. And then it's a week later
but
and
not
I go
consistently. It sounds like this girl's
it sounds like she consistently did it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it a lot over the years. Like I buy a bunch of salad stuff and then I don't feel like cutting it all up.
Yeah.
And then I go in there and the lettuce is all brown.
Salad stuff
and I'm like,
sucks,
dang it.
Yeah, you got to get to it quick.
Yeah, you got to get
do
to
it with
quick.
leftovers. Like if I'm out somewhere and eating, I don't know why I bother getting a to-go box because it'll sit in my fridge a couple of days.
I
love leftovers too.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's better the next day.
Not all the time.
A lot of stuff is. It's better the next day.
Most things are.
Only certain things, not all.
And now with an air fryer, though, you can even. But I mean, even with an air fryer, you can
crisp it back up.
Yeah, you can crisp it back up.
Yeah.
Oh,
fries,
good.
Like I never would have saved fries.
Wait a minute, if you get a pizza, you got to eat the whole thing.
No, things like pizza or pasta.
Okay.
Chili, like stuff like that tastes better the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's not bad.
No.
I love my leftovers because that means that's another meal I don't got to cook.
Don't have to cook.
Love it.
All right, let me give you one last question here.
Okay.
Yes.
See what you think. Okay. Am I the asshole for how I reacted to my fiance surprising me with our dream house?
Okay.
I am not sure if I am the world's most ungrateful person right now or not. So, ... Here's the story. My fiance and I are getting married soon. The plan was that once we got married, I would move in with him. And then when we were ready to start a family, we would go buy a house together.
Okay.
I guess he changed his mind because he surprised me with our dream house. The house is beautiful, and if we had house hunted together, I think I would have fallen in love with it. However, I was so upset we wouldn't be able to pick our forever home together that I just started crying when he told me. I didn't know how to explain my reaction, and I could see I had upset him, so I asked him to take me home. When I got home, my family asked me what happened, and I explained. They were all very upset with me and said my reaction was bad and that I should have been happy he bought us a house. They told me to call him and apologize. I didn't. I just went to sleep early. This happened on Sunday, and I finally called him yesterday. I don't know what day of the week it is, though. He sounded upset. I'm not sure if it's because of my reaction or because I never called or texted him sooner after what had happened. Am I the asshole?
Well, how much in the process did he get this house? Like, did he just pick it out? Did he put an offer on it? Or did he completely buy the house?
It sounds like he bought it. Yeah.
Wow. I would say that is a controlling mechanism, a controlling issue, and you're going to have some problems with this man that you're going to marry. Making the decisions for both of you or the whole family and tell you afterwards.
I think this is a red flag.
It's a red flag, in my opinion, because, and the parents are probably upset because number one, my daughter got a good catch. Number two, and he already bought her a house. So, the pressure's on from family for that bullshit. However, this is a huge red flag. If you guys have decided that you're going to plan this together and stuff, and then he goes and does that because he wants to one up you?
Well, she said surprise.
And this isn't something small. It's a house.
No, it's a whole house.
That's huge.
Whole house.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
And this is the question, like, is he expecting you to pay for this house? Did he put the deposit down?
Doesn't
expect y'all to like do the paperwork together?
No,
is he pay what it is all himself?
If he bought the house in his name,
right?
Yeah.
So
it's
like
in
he
his
did
name.
the down payment. He did everything.
He bought a house.
Yes, I would say so.
He says to her, I bought the house for us. But trust me, if the house is already purchased, it's purchased in his name with his money.
Because they're not married yet.
Because they're not married yet.
Oh,
and they sign nothing. Don't
and
live
she didn't
together
sign anything.
Yet.
She didn't sign shit.
No. And they don't live together yet either because he took her back to her parents' house.
She went back to family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And didn't call him
You
for
got
a while.
problem, girl. You got a problem. Ooh, you got a problem. That's a big problem.
Ooh.
I would be upset also. I do not think I would not. I don't agree with the parents to call and apologize. I would have probably called him the next day. I don't know how many days passed, but I probably would have called the next day to have a conversation about why I got upset, but I would not have apologized. I would have said, this is the reason why I'm upset. And if he couldn't understand that, that would indicate to me that we were going to have a communication issue.
They were going to have a communication. No, they already have a communication issue. And then on top of that.
No, they don't have a communication issue.
Yes, they do.
He just ain't listen.
No. And on top of that, her parents are siding with him. Her parents told her to go apologize. No, I probably wouldn't have called him until later in the week either. Because I would have went in my room, went to bed and thought, well, damn, shit. They can't even understand how I feel about it. Because they're supporting him and telling me I'm wrong, pointing the finger at me. You go apologize to him. Because what they didn't say after that, you go to apologize to him, is because, man, dude, you got a good catch. He done bought you a house already and everything.
Yeah.
You know that's it.
But like he had no input from her. Location.
Style.
Like
size.
Right.
Size.
Yeah. Exactly.
Neighborhood.
No,
none of it.
No
how much is it?
consideration.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a big red flag to me.
It is.
Sister A, send me that one because I want to read the comment.
Because that's just like people who don't discuss whether they want children. And then you got one who wants children and one who does not. And they're already married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they get married anyway. Knowing. Well, I had another one.
They think they'll change their mind.
Read it. And it was. Yes. I had another one that was in that same vein, but it was about pets.
Mm-hmm.
So they were married. The wife likes animals and the husband doesn't. And they talked about one day having kids, but for right now they're not having kids. And she talked about cats. Apparently they talked about cats. He's uncomfortable with dogs. He doesn't really like animals. He just is uncomfortable. One day, apparently she just adopted a cat without him knowing, and he lived with it for several years, but he really didn't like it.
Wow.
Oh boy.
He doesn't like the smell, the hair, the whatever.
Well, he was doing good
for years.
Yeah. They rehomed it to his mom. Okay. So then they were on a trip, like a just a regular vacation. Right. And at the end of it, she talked about getting a puppy. And he was like, well, no, we need to decide together when to get an animal. I'm not comfortable with having an animal. And so apparently she just went and on their way back, driving back, went online and put a deposit down on this puppy. And he got upset and was like, no. We need to decide this together.
Yes.
Now he's upset because she says, I want to separate because I don't understand why it's an issue for us to have an animal. And I need to be with someone who isn't uncomfortable with animals.
But she knew this from the beginning.
Yes. But they knew from the beginning. So
and
I don't
he knew it too. When they discussed it and then she got the cat and then he acquiesced and okay. Right. Yeah, of course she's going to do it again. Of course. She's going to do what she wants because he already said, okay.
But I don't understand people who have these conversations and go ahead and get married to a person who they know does not agree with whatever this thing is that they fully agree with.
Yeah.
And having animals and religion and kids
children
are big issues. Yeah. And if one wants them and one doesn't, I don't know how that's going to work.
But that brings us back to the one that Sister A just read. I mean, that's a big red flag. You've already discussed your plans, how you're going to work together and blah, blah, and go pick out a house, blah, blah. And then he goes and does that.
Mm-hmm.
And if she goes ahead and marries him, then believe me, he's going to do other things that same way.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if she, I don't know, who knows? Maybe if she really sits and thinks about it, it was probably smaller instances of him making decisions on their behalf.
Yes.
And this house just is the biggest one. And that probably contributed to her reaction.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it could be she cried because she understood, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like you said, because there's little bitty markers along the way. Yeah. And it could be because the reason she cried is because she thought, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
This is a big flag.
Because You can't just go plunk down and buy a house in a day. It takes time.
Yeah,
and if it's actually all the way purchased, it takes at least 30 to 60 days to close.
To close, yes.
So that means you've been knowing this whole time.
You went through going to showings. You've gone through making offers. Financing.
Yes. Like she said, if we would have went together, I probably would have really loved this house.
Yes.
Because it's beautiful and everything. But because he did that unilaterally, unilateral decision. That's the way your life's going to be with this man.
Over months. Like you hid this for months. That's what I'd be peeping out. And I'd be like,
because that's lying. Like you have been lying every single day for months.
Lying.
Yes.
For a surprise? No.
Yeah, for a surprise. For us.
For us, our house.
Yeah, our house. No.
Yes.
No. Mm-mm.
I would be like, here you go.
I would too, actually. No, I really would.
No, I would. That is the beginning of the house. A lying mentality. You have a lying mentality, and I can't work with that. I can't. We're starting off on the wrong.
It also shows you don't respect her input or opinion.
Yeah. That's the point. It's a respect thing too.
And you trust him now to stick to the plan or listen to your, like you said, listen to your.
And it's like they actually discussed this before, though. Like they had a plan. He went against the plan.
Exactly.
Which means he probably said, "Oh, I'm not going to sign him a new lease on my apartment because she was supposed to move into the apartment, and we'll just move into this house." Like he didn't discuss nothing.
None. So that means he also, like you said, didn't sign the new lease on his apartment. So she was going to literally move from her parents' house to this dream house. No.
That he bought. That he found and bought.
He bought.
No.
Like, who's paying for this house? What
with
money
just
you got?
his name on it?
Mm-hmm.
What? It's just his name on it now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. And then until he talks her into putting her name on it, but no. I'll be like, you bought it.
Until he allows her to put her name on it.
Right.
Not talks her into it, allows her to put her name on it.
He obviously doesn't want her name on it.
Otherwise, he would have waited.
Right.
He would have waited.
Oh, that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
If you don't want the name. Then you really stuck like Chuck. Any minute he feel like it, be like, bye. You got to leave the house.
He could kick her out at any moment.
Any moment.
Control.
Ooh, well, how do people start their lives off like that?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
This was a good episode, y'all.
Yeah.
That was good, Sister A. That was
Thank
good.
you. That was good.
That was good.
They were all good tonight.
They were all
they were pretty good tonight.
So we only had one asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of all of them.
Food.
One asshole.
That's
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's usually always with food too.
It is.
We go back.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my food.
Okay.
Okay, nation, let us know what you would have said, what you would have answered to these Am I the Asshole questions. We would love to hear it. You can send your feedback to @gmail.com. We want to hear your Am I the Asshole or Ask the Sistahs question. Send it in. Do it now because you will forget and you'll get busy and you won't do it. Yeah. We'll have another podcast episode soon, but send in your questions again. @gmail.com. If you want to see other things that we're doing over here at Sistah Speak, go to our website, sistahspeakproductions.com. We have it all listed. We have a couple of new shows coming back, so stay tuned for that. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/sistahspeak, where we do a lot of other content. We have a book club. We have a whole bunch of commentaries. You get early access to our podcast. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Go check us out. In the meantime, that is it for now. I am Sister K.
I'm Sister J.
I'm Sister LM.
And I'm Sistah A.
See y'all next time. Bye.
Daddy lost 2, but he gained 4.
Try to keep your combativeness down, people. So I'll try to get along.
And quit association with some unsavory folk who gonna steal from your grandparents. We out.